This Mobile Geeks video is powered by ASUS.
Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks right here at Computex 2015, and as you can hear, it's very loud around me. We're in Asia, and MSI is definitely trying to get your attention. But we're at Microsoft, and I'm going to show you the new HP Pavilion 10X2, which is the follow-up to the same name model from last year, but this one hasn't only been updated design-wise, but they've also put in the new Intel Atom Cherry Trail SoCs. This should be based on the X7 Z8700, which is the higher end model. It's also in the Surface 3. I am not sure about that because the spec sheet doesn't really tell me about that, and HP hasn't released this yet. So this is definitely the first time we're seeing this. The device is running 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of flash storage. There will probably also be models with 4 gigs and more flash storage, either 64 or 128. We don't know about that yet, but we'll let you know as soon as we can on mobilegeeks.com. Let's take a quick tour, and as you can see, this is attached to the keyboard base with magnets, and the keyboard base is actually a fully sturdy version, not a flimsy type cover like on the Surface 3. I cannot really unlock this device because the Windows 10 version that is on here right now doesn't really run well. They haven't been able to set this up fully because they've been playing around with it for more than an hour and it hasn't been working yet. As you can see, this sports pretty much the same design as you know from the other HP tablets. So they have the 2 speakers on the top and on the bottom, or on the 2 sides. And as you can see right here, the sound is powered by Bang & Olufsen from Denmark, which should guarantee some very nice sound. The speakers also make for a pretty wide design, although this is just a 10.1-inch screen, or at least it seems like that. It does have pretty wide bezels on this device, which is not always a bad thing because you can hold this very comfortably that way, but it's also, you might cover up the speakers on the side right here, but they're front-facing and they're probably going to deliver a very nice sound. I can't tell you anything about the camera. I think it's a VGA camera or maybe a 2-megapixel cam. The screen itself, 10.1-inch, definitely an IPS panel because the viewing angles are pretty nice, and it's got a resolution of 1366 by 768, at least that is what I guess. It could also be 1280 by 800. I can't really tell you about that right now. We'll figure that out and let you know as soon as we can. Let's take a quick tour around. You can see that it's like a wedge-shaped design, but they're also cheating a bit up here because this part up here is rounded off to make it look thinner on the sides. And let's start off down here. We have a full-size USB 3 connector at the bottom right here on the right side. Right next to that is your new USB Type-C connector. So also HP is starting to implement those Type-C connectors on their tablets right here running Windows 10. That's micro HDMI out there, and that is your micro SD card slot. Up here is the Windows button, which is kind of an interesting placement right there on the side. It does click pretty nicely, though it doesn't feel very sturdy, or yeah, the quality doesn't seem to be the highest. We have a volume rocker up here, which is kind of hard to press, but we'll see. This is still a pre-production model, and it's probably going to change towards the final production models. Up top, you'll end up with the power button right here. It does turn off and on the device. Right next to that are the 2 stereo microphones on the right, towards the right of the device. And on the left side, there is nothing except for the headset jack. My guess would be that charging is realized through the USB Type-C port, which is a good thing, as you can push up to 100 watts through that small port down there, so charging shouldn't be a problem and it should work out pretty fast. On the bottom, you got the docking ports. These are the connectors where the device hinges onto the keyboard, and this is the pogo pins connected to the keyboard base, which isn't powered, and it's not connected through Bluetooth or anything. The whole thing is made out of plastic. It does feel a little cheap because it's pretty easy to, or there's like maybe half a millimeter, but you can feel that I can press on the back and it actually touches the innards of the device. But other than that, it feels pretty sturdy. It doesn't really bend at all. Well, this thing actually does bend because it's still a pre-production model, my guess would be, and they're probably going to work on that. The weight of the tablet is, as a whole package, supposed to be around 800 grams, including the keyboard, so the tablet itself seems to be around 500 grams, my guess would be. And yeah, let's take a quick look at the keyboard. It attaches through strong magnets up here, so let me just try to attach that. Oh, didn't hit the right spot there. Going like this, and there you have it. it does connect like this. The keyboard size is definitely decent because they have white spaces between the keys right here. You have huge shift keys on both sides, plus a bunch of special keys for Windows. Also, this seems to be for switching between the tablet mode and the normal desktop experience on Windows 10. On the side, you can see this kind of reminds me of the Asus devices, or even the Acer Aspire Switch series, where you have this hinge back here that also tilts and connects to the device. There is absolutely no ports on the keyboard itself, though, which makes it pretty thin, and as you can see, you can actually tilt this way far back and it doesn't tip over, which is kind of interesting. If you fold it down, you'll end up with a tablet that is, kind of thick in the back, tapers down to the front, and that's pretty much it. So that's been just a quick look at the HP Pavilion 10X2 and the new model based on the Trail SoCs and Windows 10 at Computex 2015, and I was rolling with Mobile Geeks, checking out this device right here in Taipei. And if you like what we do on our channel, give us a thumbs up, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and we'll see you later. Oh, before I forget, this thing is supposed to give you 12 hours of battery life. We'll see about that. I'll see you later.
This Mobile Geeks video is powered by ASUS.